lot of those within this canyon. The canyon itself would be a lot greener if it wasn't for the goats, but I like seeing the goats there. Fun to watch play around on the side of the ridge. This is the road that brings you up here if you guys ever decide to drive up here. It's Highway 550. All this land we're coming into is called Kauai State Park. Lots and lots of hiking trails out here. So you've got about 19 hiking trails between Waimea Canyon and Kauai State Park. You see numerous four-wheel drive roads out this way too. So this is a really popular hunting, camping area. And again, the locals will hunt the wild pigs, Spanish goats. We even have mule deer, black-tailed deer, first brought in from Oregon back in 1961. Estimated about 1,000 of those here in Kauai. This is all part of Polihali Beach down here, which is the longest beach. That's also part of Barking Sands Missile Range. Barking Sands is one of the very first lines of defense for the United States as far as tracking missiles coming into U.S. airspace and also being able to intercept those, hopefully. You know, and right now with North Korea making a lot of threats to the U.S., put a lot of faith in those guys, and so in that system. So they do test it periodically. A couple of months ago, you know, when the U.S. retaliated, made a show, sent up a missile and intercepted it. That was actually out here in the coast, right in front of us. And so, yeah, it seems like it works pretty well. I'm just praying we never have to find out for sure. You know, that's kind of a hot topic out here for us in Kauai right now. Now, on top of all the wild pigs, goats and mule deer, you guys probably noticed we have 1 or 2 wild chickens out here in Kauai too. Yeah, you've been lucky enough to see those, right? You know why we have so many, right? No, it's only because we have only 1 Kentucky Fried Chicken on the whole island. Yeah, makes sense, right? No, of course not. 1992 we had Hurricane Iniki, did a lot of damage to the island here, and a lot of the chickens escaped during that time. One of the things the locals realized at that point is when the chickens got out, they just began to multiply because there's only 2 islands that don't have the mongoose here in Kauai, and so they don't really have a natural predator other than the 1 Kentucky Fried Chicken that we have. So they just began to multiply naturally. One of the things the locals realized at that time is the more chickens we have, less centipedes we have, and so centipedes in Hawaii, of course, give very, very painful bites. Stay away from those things if you see one while you're here. But chickens will eat those all day long. We would rather have more chickens and less centipedes, and so they actually do serve a purpose other than trying to steal your food or wake you up at 4 a.m., right? I just got special permission to kind of come out this way. We don't usually come out this way. This is all restricted airspace for Polihali and Barking Sands, but this is Polihali Beach right here in front of us. The thing about this beach, it's a beautiful place to camp. See some shelters down on the right-hand side. Summertime, though, when the waves are calm, the sands are way too hot. You can't walk on them. And so this time of year, the waves get really big. But you can actually come out here and camp. It's one of my favorite places to come out and have a fire on the beach. See all this white domes and things up above us right here. Drop down on those, but that's all part of the equipment that's used to detect incoming missiles, and then also supposedly they are able to track submarines out here somehow. So this is a part of the northern coast that we don't see a lot. Like I said, this is all restricted airspace, but they gave us permission to come around through here. Did you guys get some big waves over in Honolulu last night, yesterday? Yeah, that was the biggest waves we've had this year so far. So. Summertime, Honolulu is just glassy smooth. Same way out here. You know, you can get out here and paddleboard with no trouble at all. This time of year, way different.
There was a boat that smashed into the pier, and they're picking it up this morning.
We were wondering about that. Yesterday I was flying, there was one boat left. You know, during the summertime there's 20 or 30 of them out there. And so yesterday one of the other pilots said, hey, there's still one boat left in Honolulu. I wonder if he'll make it through the day. And so you just answered my question. Didn't make it. It seems like every year there's one that somebody, whoever it is, doesn't get it out in time, and they kind of push it a little bit far. Yeah, I hate to see that though. They had the same thing last year. They usually bring them all the way back around to Nowilawili Harbor. Remember when we took off, we went across the harbor right through there. Just a second, I want to get permission to get back outside the airspace there as we come around the corner. Alright guys. Left airspace so we can make some turns here in just a few minutes. This is one of the most, the most remote beach here on the island. Miloli'i, have to come in by boat. You're definitely not going to do that in rough waves like this, but once we get around the corner to give us permission, we can start making some turns, bring that around on each side. Whether you've never seen it before, you've seen it 1,000 times before, guys. Welcome to the beautiful Napali Coast. From this point right here, which is Nu'ulo'olo, on down all the way to the end is what we consider the Napali Coast. 13 miles.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them blue.
When we get up here, there'll be a couple of beaches I'll talk about. I'll bring them along the right-hand side, turn around, bring them right back out around the left, make sure everybody gets a great view.
What a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed.
Now the first beach we're going to see up here is just now starting to come into view, but you'll see that there'll be an arch right through the middle of it. It's called Hanapu. Hanapu is the tallest sea arch in Hawaii. You're right at 90 feet tall. You can just see the top of it right now coming into view. Now when you see it, you may recognize it from a couple of different movies. That's Pirates of the Caribbean, Stranger Tides. Captain Jack Sparrow ran through the middle of that.
Also on the faces.
And then also 1976 movie, King Kong. When they first came ashore, that's where they were at. Saw that when I was younger, thinking, man, what a scary place. I didn't realize it was that beautiful, you know. Now the next beach right up here in front of us is Kalalau Beach. That's the very end of the Kalalau hiking trail. So if you've read about that, that's where it ends. There's some shelters in the back and the trees are right there. Right above it, of course, this is what we call our beautiful windsweepers, the cathedrals.
What a wonderful world.
The big valley past that's Kalalau Valley.
I think to myself, what a wonderful